take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
All right. Looks like we're live. I just want to wait, let a few people get in here. It is 11:41 Eastern Time. I haven't seen Marf yet, but you should be soon. I mean, usually what, Eastern Time, maybe 12:30 or something. But before he came on, I did want to discuss this. Well, wait a minute, but today's been interesting. I've spoken to a lot of viewers, and I have some emails that I still have to get to, but I got back to a lot of them, and as well as text messages, things like that. And there's one story that I was maybe going to do tonight, but it requires more digging, and I got to figure out how I want to approach it, because there's some sensitive images and content. I mean, it's some gruesome stuff, but it's proof of evil. Some of these messages I've gotten, we're talking international. Certain countries internationally, where just some gruesome images and things I received, and kind of threw me through a loop just even seeing that kind of stuff. But what I wanted to talk about. So, anyways, long story short, I'm waiting for tomorrow to talk about that kind of stuff, because I still have some more research I want to do, and figure out exactly how I'm going to approach it, and the source that brought him to my attention. We still haven't decided whether she would come on or I just report it from a source. So we got that to figure out for tomorrow, along with whatever comes our way, because tomorrow morning, something very interesting everyone should be aware of. Whether they believe it or not, it's interesting to see. If you don't believe it, it'll be interesting to try to figure out, how they BSing this. Or, if you do believe it, it's pretty amazing. But they're going to be releasing like the first photos of a black hole, or at least what they call the black hole. Forgive me if I'm black hole horizon or black hole, something like that. So it'll be interesting, because a black hole, that nothing is darker than that. That's exactly what it is, the absence of light. So I'm curious what these pictures are going to be. I think what they're talking about, the horizon or whatever it's called, is like you'll be able to see where it starts. I think that's about as much as you're going to get out of a photo of a black hole. But supposedly those are being released tomorrow morning. Like I said, working on some stuff for a video. Not sure if it's going to be a live video or if it's just going to be something that I put together and do some editing on. I haven't worked on my editing in a while, and I'm in school for that stuff, so I should be doing it more. But anyway, so the reason that I made this video is because yet another F35 has gone down. Let me just make sure that I am showing up here. F-35. Yeah. All right. So okay. So like I said, another F-35 has gone down. It disappeared over the Pacific, about 83 miles out from land, and now this is what makes this story interesting. Okay, so let's take a look at the story first of all. And this isn't just now. There's an F-35A, which is what this was, and is also a majority of what Japan has bought from the U.S., which I think is a huge part of the story, and that we're going to focus on. Then there's the F-35Bs. Those are the ones that can kind of like vertically take off, and very interesting. But that's also the one that crashed in South Carolina not too long ago. And then the F-35C, which is usually designed to go off of a Navy ship. So the F-35As, that's what we're dealing with here. There it is right there. And it disappears while on a training mission. How interesting. Right before Japan is buying a whole bunch of them off of us. Trying to get that story up. That's not it. I just want to see if. So there's all these different stories on it. Like I try to get them from all different perspectives, but they all kind of say about the same thing. Military officials have launched search for the jet while mysteriously vanishing while flying in northern Japan. Now this one doesn't mention it, but mind you, there were other stealth fighters with it. It wasn't just out there alone. It was out there with the team. So, I was in the Navy, so with a team, or, there were other F-35As with it, and this thing went right off radar. It disappeared from radar about a half an hour after taking off from the Misawa Air Base with three other F-35As for a flight exercise. Japan's defense minister, Takeshi Iwaya, said a search and rescue operation was underway for the missing jet and its pilot. The cause of the mishap was not immediately known. 12 other F-35s at the Misawa base have been grounded. And here's the big one right here. I mean, what a coincidence! We got the Boeings going down. That ended up affecting America and many countries, but Japan plans to buy 147 U.S. made F-35s, most of them F-35As, over the next decade. So not only are they buying a ton of these, and we're talking astronomical figures each, but that's over the next decade. I mean, that tells you that these are state-of-the-art jets. And for one to just a stealth fighter, state-of-the-art in today's world, for it to disappear in a training mission like that and just go off the radar. And now there's another story. The last thing, the pilot did say something, kind of like a mayday. I mean, I bet you it was because his controls were taken over. I mean, let's be honest. That's I'm just I'm kind of assuming you guys know where I'm going with this. I mean, China, North Korea has a great cyber program. years ago, all the Navy ships were going down, or the Navy ships were hitting cargo ships. Aren't going down, but they were hitting cargo ships, running into things. That seems to get cleaned up. Um, I think the reason that they grounded the Boeing was they found out about something where, you know, I remember, what's his name? The famous, I'm sorry, I forget your name at the top of my head, but the famous YouTube fighter pilot. He's great, great speaker as well. Um, and he was talking about how, it's because they have this like thing where it can be taken over from a different location, and they wanted to fix that. And here we have these F-35s. We have the F-35B have problems and crashed in South Carolina. Now the F-35A, which happens to be the one that they are buying 127 of them from us over the next decade, that one now crashes. The pilot's missing. Um, and the men who fly these state-of-the-art machines worth that much money. I mean, they're officers. They're the best of the best in their military at what they do. So, Japan wouldn't be taking this lightly. But they did, when they say they were flying off the coast of Japan, I know because of where they said they were. They're actually northern Japan. So, you have the threat of North Korea. You always have the threat of China, Russia, even. Although this sounds more like a China, North Korea type of thing. Taking over the controls and crashing it. And who's that hurt? We're in a trade tariff war. And like I said, a silent cyber war for all this time. And they did find debris. I know they saw possible debris from a Japanese F-35A stealth fighter that crashed over the Pacific Ocean has been found at sea, Japanese media reported, in what would be the costly jet's second crash in less than a year. The plane and its pilot, a man in his 40s, went missing about 135 kilometers, 85 miles off the Japanese coast Tuesday after departing Misawa Air Base on the northeastern corner. Like I said, that because I know where Misawa is, of the Honshu Island. The Japan Air Self-Defense Force said in a statement. Although, was that the island South? No, the Okinawa and then Misawa. I think that's north. Okay, so of course this is made by Lockheed Martin and is considered the most expensive U.S. weapons system. And it just goes missing? It just disappears? And it's not even alone, it's with other F-35s. I mean, they're stealth. They're moving at certain speeds that couldn't even fathom, but it goes missing. There's more to this. The story stinks. But like I said, I just think it's another strike in this cyber war where we're not, at war kind of conventionally, but we are in a cyber war, and anything we can do to mess up their markets, their economy, their technology, we're gonna do, and they're gonna do the same to us. Read more about Lockheed's F-35 business. You know what? Maybe we'll look into that a little bit more. Japan's defense ministry said its F-35A crashed into the sea, national broadcaster NHK reported. Objects thought to be part of the advanced fighter jet have been found floating near where it's disappeared from radar, according to NHK and Kyoto News. which is the moment you're supposed to go, oh, okay. Okay, makes sense. It just did a nosedive out of nowhere. One of the most expensive machines known to man. The whereabouts of the pilot were unknown, and searchers couldn't detect a distress beacon or similar signal. Maybe because it was taken over. A U.S. Defense Department spokesman said the Pentagon was aware of the reports but declined to comment. U.S. forces Japan said it was supporting Japanese-led search and rescue efforts. Second incident, or, well, first, really. A September crash of an F-35B, the Marine Corps model of the plane, in South Carolina, prompted that's the one that does the vertical takeoff. It's pretty cool. Prompted the Pentagon to suspend most flights for about 2 weeks to inspect the fuel line investigators believe may have contributed to the incident. Japan is one of the largest buyers of the stealth fighters that have also been purchased by other U.S. allies. The fighters cost Japan 15.30 billion yen, but that's $137 million each. So $137 million disappear, according to its most recent budget. Japan's government has said it plans to buy as many as 142 Lockheed's F-35s, the largest number for a foreign customer. In March, the Air Self-Defense Force reached its first operational squadron, the U.S. Department of Defense said. So, that it's just, with everything we've been talking about, it's just interesting. This is basically more of the same. So I was wondering what you guys thought. Just thought I'd at least get that information out there. It's just, and also if anybody wants to call in and you guys have any interesting news, anything you want to discuss, please let me know. Feel free. If the mods haven't, I'll put the phone number in here. Oh my God, wait. What's going on? Alright. Has it been, don't tell me it's been my face the whole time. Information out there. Oh, it's been my face this whole time. Man, okay. It's just, you know what? I forgot to reverse the. And also, if anybody wants. All right, you know what? All right, so I want you guys to be able to see. You guys have any interesting news? That's live for you. All right, so. Please let me know. All right, so that was the version of me not knowing you guys are watching me, reading the news. That is great video. Yeah. Alright, anyway, so you guys should be able to see this now. Oh my God, wait. Alright, let me put the phone over there. So, yeah, you guys can see the actual story. Sorry about that. Didn't realize. Flat moon, no. Me, no. If you're asking me. Hey, Gus. CJ. I think a lot of things have been payback for that satellite they shot down. But I agree. That was all part of it. Satellite, everything. Okay, so here's the story. Here's the F-35A. disappear from radar screens. I mean, this is what I read to you. So if you guys just kind of want to skim through it, this is what I was reading. And this is what I was emphasizing. Japan plans to buy 147 US made F 35s, most of them F 35As, which is the one that went down. Alright. So, Moff's not on, huh? Alright. If anybody, so I'm up to, I can't believe I'm up to 802 and subscriptions. Anybody, if normally that won't happen. That will be, you'll be seeing the story as I read it. But, any stories that I think, it might not be covered by most, but it's important. This is very important. I mean, Trump was glowing. He was so happy about this deal that he made with Japan, as well as the one he made with Saudi Arabia. And you remember what happened with that? The whole story with the writer getting killed, getting chopped up in the embassy. I mean, every time he tries to make one of these big deals, something happens. It's just the way that intelligence operates. It's a power for minds, and the minds drive the economy and the markets, and so all right. I just wanted to check, so I put the number in if anybody wants to call in to discuss this, or even if there's anything that I'm missing. Let's see. Maybe they fired my phone last night. Oh, they fired your phone? Wow. Unbelievable. Yes, and Duterte, yeah. Well, he's not much of a threat in any way. But weirdly, Philippines has always been a very important ally. Whether our enemy is Japan or China or whoever, Russia, they're a very important ally because of where they are strategically. So, I mean, they have ISIS there. But, I mean, he went in and took them out. But, we could do that too. But he didn't seem to care about civilian casualties. So I'm kind of looking around at some of the. I wonder what. So this is a great website, by the way, guys. It's a lot of you might know it, some of you might not. AboveTopSecret.com. There's some crap in there, but there's a lot of interesting stuff in there. So let's see. No, this is interesting to me. This looks like Q stuff, Q questions. So what is like Q answering questions? I doubt it. But let's see. Let's see what they're saying. What are they claiming? So Genesis 7:11. If you have your Bibles, Genesis 8:4, 92:8. So what? Part Q. This might be fun. Alright, so let's see. The White Rabbit 17. This is definitely about Q. Oh, and by the way, it was real close that the election in Israel, Netanyahu, it looked like he might lose. He won. It was just announced a couple hours ago. So Netanyahu won again for president of Israel, and it was very close. I don't know if it was exactly controversial or not, but Alright, so if you've been following us since the beginning or you're just joining us, we're taking back the Republic. Some of you may be wondering what the heck is going on here. The reason I'm looking at this is you can tell when you go on these what's popular. If it's a dud, it's not going to get that many like red flags, and the red flags are actually a good thing. So I just want to see what we got here. The story of Q. I was going to give the whole story. I think we're all familiar with Q. So basically, the story of Q here. Enjoy the show. And this is the original Q thread. I mean, you look. Each one of these is countless posts. And of course, these, if you guys don't know, if you ever want to keep up with Q, I go to qanon.pub. That seems to be the most reliable. I go there. I always check my Q, just in case, because it hasn't been disproven. I've heard some hacker guys say that it was them, but, anybody could say anything if paid the right amount of money. So, I mean, it's just every single day to know so much and to have so much research done and have it done in a certain way where, you're predicting things that are happening in the future. And there's just so many coincidences that have come out of this whole Q thing. Just no one's calling in, so I figured I'd check this out. Alright, so I don't know if they did is basically putting in all the indexes. I thought there was more to it. So I mean, we could basically read any of those, but okay, so it sounds like this is the why have there been no arrests? Why have specific dates been mentioned only to see no action? Well, I know the answer to that. They specifically pushed March 15th. Sure enough, that weekend, NZ happens. And then all of a sudden, later on that week, it said all of, all of their ammo, they just spent all their ammo on NZ. And then that's when the report dropped, and that wasn't good for the Dems, obviously. So, that was interesting. Why have specific dates been okay? Define game theory. Why must disinformation be provided? Well, because they know that they're watching as well, which is why the May 15th, to throw them off. And it was funny because I'm telling you, there was something to that because I remember tuning in that day on the news and like everyone seemed tense, like something was about to drop. It was a Friday afternoons. That's when the big stuff always drops, and they seemed real tense, like something was gonna happen. And then I remember that night watching Marfoogle and getting the breaking news about NZ, and it all kind of made sense. And even Marf said something. He goes, "Wait, well that's the place that..." He almost said something like he knew something. So it's very interesting. Oh, here we go. Let's see. You don't know if this is Gus? Hello? Hello?
Hi, this is Gus from the Netherlands.
Hi, Gus. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm still up. I'm not doing great, but anyway, yeah, I'll get along with you.
I hope you're all right.
Yeah, having a bit of bad time, but anyway, I had an accident I broke my leg up and all that just a week ago or something. I had a bit of pain and all that. But anyway, it's
Yeah.
okay. Yep.
Would you have any opinion on any of this stuff with the F-35, with Q, with any of it?
Pardon?
Do you have an opinion with the all this, the aircrafts going down, especially this F-35?
Yeah, I want to refer to it
Yeah.
as the civil aircraft being missing, and some have been invited on. Right? I don't know if I'm on here. I've got your music.
You are. Yeah.
Okay, I'm on here. I
Yeah.
just hear it, so I just turn the volume up here. But anyway, look, going back a bit, I was invited to the World Conference for Human Rights in Washington, D.C. This was several years ago.
Okay.
Right? I get invited here, there, and everywhere sometimes. And by the Secretary General herself, right? And I didn't give them my email address, right? It just popped up in the email, right? So, they found, Big Brother's watching you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Well,
anyway,
that'd be
I thought,
easy if I'm that fine.
and I was invited to Washington, D.C. to attend that conference. Everything would be organized, and you name it. Also, I could choose to go to Dhaka in India, right, at a conference several months later.
Well, that's interesting. That must have been something.
Okay. Now, I said if I was on that plane, it would get shut down. Right?
Yeah.
And what happened? The MH17 got shut down a week later.
Yeah.
Right? Which was going to the AIDS conference in Sydney, Australia, which I wasn't on. I declined the invite.
And that's true. I read that. I know
that was a pretty good coincidence.
Yeah, that's
and
interesting.
There were 200 Dutch people on there, right, going to that conference, right? And I just happened to be, I don't know what. Why would they invite me, I seem to be a person that gets invited everywhere, and I don't want to.
Well, I think you were part of the crowd. They were you're part of that crowd that they didn't want to. That's what it sounds like to me. Because I did hear about that with the AIDS thing in Sydney.
I've got contacts everywhere, right?
Yeah. So that's not BS. I did, hear like that was a rumor that, that it was kind of odd that they were going to this conference where maybe they could have had the cure. Who knows? But it was just kind of anons were digging on that.
Now this is real serious stuff, actually, right?
Of course.
Now, getting into the Indonesian flights that went missing, right? And I don't remember the flight numbers off the cuff, but the first one that went missing, and Indonesia is mostly Christian, right?
Mostly.
So there's a little reason for that too. Also, it was suggested that the Israelis had a chip factory there, right, developing a new type of chip. And it was on that plane, right? And they never found that plane. Not the passengers, not the airplane itself.
That's the one that was never found.
That's the one that totally disappeared.
Yeah.
Right, which stinks to high heaven. How can transponders should work?
Unbelievable. Yep.
Exactly.
There's no reason it should totally disappear like that for this long. It's
one's giving me. Look, you got satellites, you got the whole shebang, right?
Yeah.
You can't track an airplane. Come on.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. Someone's doing some really weird stuff, right? Now then the other one got shut down. They looked at that and they trawled Australia, went off course and everything. Same old story, right? And Australia put its Navy out. They're looking up now. A total other side of Australia, right? It could never happen, right? I don't care whatever thing happens with your gyroscope or whatever, but and the Navy's out there trawling it all. We're at it for weeks and weeks, or 1.5 months or something. Oh, and we might have found some wreckage, which is another bullshit story if you ask me. Excuse my language. Then.
Yeah. And that was a world effort. I mean, U.S. was sending over technology. You know, it's just that was a world effort to find those planes.
Right. Well, it's amazing actually, and it's starting to make me think. You know, I get invited to all these places, and the planes just happen to fall out the sky.
Well, that's how they get people. I mean, there's been so many, like back when people were really like looking into the Clinton Foundation. That seemed to be a very common theme was, you know, these people who were whistleblowers or knew too much. Exactly, and it would be a plane. You know, which is why the traction with the
whole crowd on there.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you, but
No, that's all right. I was just gonna say, and then of course, you know, RFK, you know, the way he went. I mean, what am I? Robert Kennedy, the way he went.
oh yeah. Now you can really go to town on disappearing airplanes, right? And all the Kennedy family, right? Also a lot of musicians, right?
Yeah. Ted Kennedy went down.
And all that. Just
And lived. And he lived.
No.
And another senator saved his life, and that senator is still, he's the oldest serving Republican senator ever. I mean, tough guy. He saved Ted Kennedy's life after their plane crashed. So, I mean, that, and Ted Kennedy, you know, in Massachusetts, so very familiar with it.
No, but the Kennedys don't seem to have much luck, right? They're tired.
No, they don't, do they? Which tells me I think they really were for the people. And, the powers that be don't like that. I just can't believe that this F-35, I mean, they've ordered 127, not right now, no, over the next decade. I mean, that tells you, from Lockheed Martin, that tells you that this is one of the most sophisticated machines, like that, known to man. That is
right.
Unbelievable. And they have these different types. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But it's skunk works, right? I mean, Lockheed Martin is the skunk works, more or less.
Yes, and
Right?
that,
And they made the U-2, they made the SR-71, whatever. You know, I mean, they do amazing stuff, right? I mean, they just don't fall out of the sky.
yeah.
Come on.
These stealth and all that, and it just disappeared. And
right.
and the rest of the F-35s had no idea. He was with 3 other F-35s. They had no idea, and they left their brother at arms just because they had no idea. That just doesn't sound right to me.
The World War II stories again in the Bermuda Triangle, right?
Yeah.
Disappear, planes disappear, no one knows where they went, right?
Well, I think we had some technology going there to protect us. And now that all this, now it's like the new, I said this last night or the night before, the new Bermuda Triangle is the South China Sea, or I guess even up north of Japan, up there, you know, towards North Korea more so. You know, that's like the new areas where all these ships, planes, just anything is just losing its mind, disappearing, crashing, things that don't happen to the type of technology that's possessed on these ships. I mean, it just doesn't happen. There's too many people that would have to screw up for that to happen, especially with the Navy stuff. I can speak on that. Too many people would have to screw up for it to hit a regular, cargo ship. I mean, that's just.
That was unbelievable.
Yes, and now with this one, the most sophisticated. I mean, we're talking in 8-9 years. We're supposed to be still selling them to Japan. I mean, that means that this is, state of the art. It's just.
I've seen the things fly, in the Netherlands, right? Right? We got a couple of them here, and I've been to the local air base, and I've watched a 3-day event. I saw every plane ever manufactured, right? Because I go there every year, and I just walk through there on a regular, and amazing stuff. They don't fall out of the sky. Excuse me, right?
Yeah.
And the pilots are so well trained, right?
And that was for him to have the privilege of driving that $127 million plane. He is one of their best.
Right, and they take their job serious, right? I mean, they're no amateurs. Come on.
Yep.
Right. So give me a reason for that one.
Yeah, it right. Really is. I as soon as I saw it, I said, you know what? I gotta get some eyes on this because this stinks. And then we'll see what they try to come up with. But
well, I don't know what the media's gonna make out of it. But anyway.
Right now, I guess 3 other F35 pilots had no idea. They left their brother back there, and now everyone's searching for him. He'll never be found. There was a Mayday or something, right before, but I think it was something like that.
They go down, right, and they a global system that sends out an SOS, whatever you call it.
Yes.
Can be tracked and picked up.
And that's the thing. Right. It should be able to exactly, and they should be able to triangulate, signal, whatever they got to do, and boom, they know where it is. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, that's simple technology, and they have trouble. I mean, I guess they have found debris. For some reason they never find the important stuff. But I don't know. Supposedly there was something like he mentioned something about the controls, and that's what I think happened. He lost the controls of this extremely fast, stealth fighter. And
now it brings to mind, right, the jamming equipment.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I think it is.
Jamming equipment.
Yeah.
Right, testing some stuff out, and it's all cat and mouse game now.
That's right. Exactly what I think it is.
They're trying out their new technologies, right, with jamming equipment.
That's what happened with the Navy. It's actually, I think they actually admitted it now, that there's been so many attempts at jamming systems, radars, everything. And, I mean...
Well, you've got to know the frequencies you're jamming, right?
Yeah, I know all. I was a cryptologist in the Navy. All the different frequencies and very high, ultra high. I know all about that stuff. Yep.
It's high tech. This is really advanced stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Very.
Yeah, it is.
And so.
This is very concerning.
Exactly. That's why I just had to bring it up because this is state of the art stuff. I mean, this is when we say we just sold the best the best planes to Japan. This is what they're talking about, and they're falling out of the sky. Now, I guess this one in particular, this particular plane, they're usually made in the U.S., but once we made the deal with them, we must have gave them the technology. Obviously, if we give them the planes, they're gonna have the technology. They started building them in Nagoya, in one of their cities, and this particular plane was built in Nagoya, Now, if somebody was to, let's say, put something in there, which, you would think that they would have systems to be able to tell if there was something foreign that's not supposed to be there, as far as like something that could just make like you could take over the plane, cyber, something like that. I mean, I have no idea how they would do it, but I think that's what they did, or they jammed the system. I mean, it might be easier and then in America to blend in Japan and kind of sabotage their operation. I mean, China has a very secretive, but at the same time, worthy adversary of a intelligence service. They
Oh,
they they could blend in a lot easier in Japan. And I know that Asian people, they say, "Oh no, I can tell the difference." Well, all I'm saying is it would be a lot harder here. You know, um, if you're of Asian descent, they're just gonna look harder into your background. That's what they did with my buddy. He was supposed to be a cryptologist. We worked together, but he was from Vietnam, and one of his brothers wasn't like fully legal, so they wouldn't let him be a cryptologist for that reason. He ended up being a hulk, in the bowels of the ship. And this kid had one of the sharpest brains. He passed all the tests, and I felt bad for him. But yeah, I mean, they're very serious when it comes to this stuff, and anybody who is touching these planes, top secret clearance, all that. So
because you got to have more or less top secret clearance for all this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just no Joe Blow can even go near them.
Yeah, or the
Right.
technology that goes into it, or just every aspect of it. Even
Well, you can't take your camera and just do what you want.
yeah, of
I'm
course.
sat in an F35 and all that. Yeah. And in F16
Oh wow.
and
Oh, an F-16. Yeah,
at the local air base here in Netherlands, right? The Leeuwarden air base. It's just an hour's drive away from here. But anyway, I got a whole tour of the base and other people there and all that. And, whatever they do, their NATO missions and all the rest of it, what they do, right?
yeah.
And but that's about it. Anyway, it's interesting, and it always brings to mind just who's fooling with whom, And
Yeah.
that's about my 2 cents worth tonight. So I'll
Yeah,
get
no,
mine
and
and
yeah.
someone else call in.
I'm happy you called in because we're on the same page on this. I think it was either jammed or something from the beginning was messed with, and when it was at the factory, because this one, unlike most, was made at Nagoya, which is the base in Japan, where they started building them. So, and then just this year also the F-35B in South Carolina, the Marine Corps one, that one had problems. So, of course, it's the F-35C, the Navy one, that hasn't had any problems. But I'm just kidding. But no, it's not even something to joke about. But
Everything can be converted and sabotaged.
yeah. Especially these days, everything's based on cyber. Everything. You can hack anything. AI could hack it. AI can do things that we couldn't believe.
Systems you're using, and they can fry it, even an airplane.
And with quantum physics, pretty soon, cryptology is going to become obsolete. Once they hit, it goes, is it 2048 or the one right up from that? Once they hit that quantum level, they are the ones and zeros. This may be complicated, but the ones and zeros, a one can be a zero, but it can also be a one. It's interchangeable and all this stuff. And once you hit a certain amount of qubits, it's impossible to break. Kind of like if people think of like Bitcoin, the blockchain.
Yeah, I know.
So, they
I've
can't. You
studied
can't break the
economics. I've
blockchain.
studied Bitcoin and the blockchain technologies and all that.
Yeah, and
Right,
those
so many
you
years
can't
doing
break
that.
them supposedly, but I know for a fact, just it's mathematically impossible to break if once the quantum computers reach this certain level. I'm pretty sure it's one or two up from the 2048, which just came out. So pretty soon, cryptology is going to be obsolete.
Yeah, well,
As far as like encoding your
good
message
luck. You
and
wish in
nobody
the
can
end of
break
the
it.
world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
that's some real heavy stuff that you won't find too many people knowing about. Anthony Patch, me and him went over it for a while. He knew all about it. He's a great guy. I'm supposed to have him on. But hey, I just want to say, Gus, thank you for calling. Great call, by the way, and it's good to hear your perspective.
And I hope you're all doing fine. And greets to all your listeners, by the way. Right? We know a few of them there.
Yep.
So I wish you a great night and a good show. And I'll see you another time. Yeah, I'll just listen in and give someone else some chance, right?
All right. All right. No, don't be a stranger. Call anytime. Great call. Thank you, buddy.
Good. Cheers.
All right. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
God bless. All right. So yep. So sounds like a lot of people are in agreement that this is fishy, and sometimes. But the thing is, oh, I thought someone said the pirate was found alive. Prayers that he is found alive. Yes. That would be a very important thing to pray for. I have my. Oh, Jerry, you made it. Speaking of prayers, I'd love to see Jerry feeling better. She doesn't complain much, but I know that she could use the prayers as well. I hope that's not saying too much. Nothing too serious, I don't think. Just to feel 100%. But we love you. And, you've always been there for me. When I had to go dark, I felt so bad. Jerry messaged me a lot, and I just couldn't. I'm like, I'm not getting anyone else involved. Like I said, until it got to that point where one thing was said to me, and screw it, So, I just wanted to go over that. I hope that you guys all got that. I'll wait for someone to call in. And I will try to bore you to death so that someone has to call in. So this is the cute thing. I want to see what I'm reading here first. So define open source. Alright, what's this guy? Because this seems old. I think it's just a bunch of a lot of these guys, the X intelligence. Some of them are just like computer hacker type guys. Other ones are just idiots. Ask yourself a very simple, logical question. What is a FISA warrant application? Now, I'm pretty sure you guys know about the FISA, that the very shady FISA based on the Michael Steele dossier, and that is something that once it's declassified, I mean, it's going to be so damaging that I think they're just getting their ducks in a row for the fallout. Because if they ever decide to release all that information, it would be ugly. It is highly confidential, safeguarded product of the United States government, question mark. If a product of the U.S. government, how did UK and Australia know what was listed inside of the package? Well, I could tell you, we have the Five Eyes. It's called Five Eyes. There's UK, US, New Zealand, Australia. I always forget the fifth. South Africa, I believe. Those 5 countries, we all share intelligence. Now, the problem with that lately has been that, let's say the U.S. wants to take care of one of their own people. Now, despite all of our rights that's been taken away by the Patriot Act, we still have some rights, and they can't do certain things. But with the they mentioned Five Eye here. Oh, here I am going on. But let's say UK listens to that person, spies on that person. Hey, it's a whole different. There's no rule against that. It's a little more of a gray area, and then we'll do the same for them. So think call to POTUS to prevent D-class sources and methods. If the U.S. government requests UK, Australia +2, I think I listed who those 2 are, to spy and campaign insertion on an American presidential pre-nominee and POTUS-elect, is there a chain of command to approve such authorization? Paper trail of the chain of command and umbrella spy metadata, which is basically Five Eye. If not tasked and targeted under Five Eye, that's what I was talking about, what legal authority existed to engage the targeting? Think Nunes' statement, not through normal collection, gathering, and reporting oversight with Five Eye. Did the dossier provide the bulk data anchor for the spy campaign? What entity paid for the research dossier? Well, we know it was the Clinton Foundation. They actually paid for it. Opposition candidate? Yeah. What U.S. ally completed the collection of false data? The UK. That's the answer. Why was it important to use sources within the UK versus U.S.? I think I explained that. We can't spy on our people because we still have some rights. But with this loophole, no pun intended, there's ways. How do you circumvent U.S. law? Well, that's how right there. International. You make it international. What other anchors were provided to FISC in order to, that's who grants the FISA warrant, in order to gain the warrant? D-class will show. And that's the big thing, is if they declassify all that information. Alright, we got a call here. Hi, it's the Red Pill Dispensary.
Hey.
Who's this?
This is Jerry.
Oh, you sound good.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Not too bad. Just going over some of this, Five Eye and the way they spy on us, and as you.
Okay, I gotta do one thing. Since you told Marshall the other night, I gotta ask you what color underwear you're wearing first.
He didn't even know how to react. Oh, wow. Well, to be honest with you, it's late.
I just had a mess with you.
They're camouflage. You can't tell the difference between them and my hand.
Oh, mercy.
At first he was like, "What?"
My mom was sitting over here, and my mom said, "What?"
Yeah. Yeah. Is that the same? Is that the same drop that's in chat? He was in there last night.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a real good guy. I thought he was messing with him.
No, I don't know what the world he was talking about the other day like that.
Seemed very normal last night.
That was kind of weird.
Yeah, but then again, you know what? Maybe it would have made more sense. It's tough for Marv too. I guess because think of it, 5 minutes, and you know this person has to tell. It's kind of hard to like, you know, kind of get a feel for somebody, and you know, it comes down to something like that. It just I don't know. They just ask me, you have any questions you want to ask me? Yeah.
Somebody say you're not wearing underwear.
Yeah, that's that's what I said. Yeah, it's the camouflage type.
I told you the other day I was gonna have to ask you that.
Yeah. That was good. Thank you. And it's funny you did it today. If you did it yesterday, I would have seen it coming. I didn't. I forgot about it. That was good. Thank you.
You're welcome. By the way,
I'm like red.
We're already involved, so you can't say you're just not going to call us because you don't want to get us involved. Everybody's involved.
Yeah.
I've been involved since day one, so.
No, I know.
You can't just leave us out.
It was new, you know. It was scary, to be honest with you. I mean, my whole life turned upside down. Everything is different now in 1 month. But
yeah, shit tends to happen, but
yeah, as long as I got my daughter, you know.
Yeah, just take good care of her and
I do. Yeah, I normally wait to put her to bed to do the stream. Last night, you guys might have got. I was trying to block her face. Yeah, I was trying to block her face, but yeah, she got in.
I was just laughing when I
Yeah,
was
she's
hearing
beautiful.
her voice.
Yeah, she's beautiful. Yeah, her little voice, I know. In the background playing. She had her headphones on, like singing along to like what she was watching. So yeah, that was cute.
Somebody called me a dirty old lady.
Oh, what?
Paige called me a dirty old lady.
Oh no.
Hey y'all, I had to ask that.
Yeah, that was a good one. I didn't see it coming either. Yesterday, I would know it's coming. But most people, he didn't even know. I don't think he knew it was Red Pill. He was like, all right, Matt in Boston, and then he happened to talk about me anyway. He was like, oh, we need to help out Red Pill. He might have. I think through the comments, but when he was talking to me, he didn't know. Yeah, because he didn't see that coming at all.
As soon as I heard that, I said, oh yeah, I'm going to call in tomorrow and ask that. But I was sick yesterday, so I couldn't.
Yeah, or it's always good to hear you feeling better.
Oh, I'm feeling so much better. I just felt...
Yeah.
Oh, it was so bad.
Oh,
Nobody
man.
wants this flu.
Yeah, oh, it's a bad one, huh?
Oh, it's horrible.
Oh.
So, but what was the topic about tonight? I didn't even look. I just had to ask you that.
Yeah, drop is in chat. I agree. Drop is great in chat. Yesterday he was great. I ended up going back and looking through chat, and yeah, he was great. But I don't know what it was. You can't act like that phone call was a normal phone call. That was a little, you know.
I think what got Marf was Drop asked him.
Exactly,
What
because
asked me.
yeah,
and
and Marf doesn't know if he's being messed with or if the guy's like challenging him. Yeah, He didn't know
I
how to
don't think
react.
it clicked in his head. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, he didn't know how to react to that. But it was funny though. Everyone had a good laugh. But
Everybody's still calling me a bad girl.
no.
Okay, CJ Blaze, I'm calling you out. It's your turn to call in.
Yeah, I never had CJ Blaze. What's up with
I've been
that?
telling her she needs to call in.
I don't think she ever has.
No.
Maybe
So
the first
now
show.
I'm calling her out.
Maybe the first show. Remember that first show?
No,
The
she
chair
didn't call
broke.
in then.
Huh.
No. They all called me out that day. Now I'm calling out CJ.
Oh. Well, CJ, I don't know. It's up to you, though. If you don't feel comfortable tonight, it's okay. But you have been called out. It's official. CJ has officially been called out. But you don't have to do what you want. Do you have anything? Do you have any thoughts on the fact that this state of the art F-35 could just drop out of the sky like that?
I actually got in here late, so I don't know what we're talking about.
Oh, so I don't know if you remember Trump being so happy. He sold a bunch of aircraft to Japan. One of the biggest deals in a while, and
He sold it to Japan?
yes, they're a huge ally, very strategic ally, of course, because of where they're located and their industrial strength. But sold them a bunch of F-35s. Well, one of those F-35s disappeared from the sky, from radar. They ended up finding debris in the ocean. But I mean, this is the most state of the art machine there is.
That just don't sound. That sounds.
No, it don't sound right at all. I mean,
Hey, Squash.
so we were talking about that. I was kind of going over some Q stuff. I don't even know exactly what they're trying to say, but it's interesting because. We're in the time right now when if Q was real, shit would start hitting the fan as far as
I'm going to be
that
completely
goes.
honest. I have never, ever watched a Q video.
Wow. I mean, it's most likely see, the one thing is, I just don't think it's some people in a basement or a guy in his basement. I refuse to believe that. I would think if it's not real, it's artificial intelligence, and it's just someone designed an AI to kind of sift through the news each day, pick out certain things, sift through social media, pick out certain things, make it seem like there's a conspiracy that really isn't there, or like half truths. There really is some conspiracy, but take it a step further. I would say it was artificial intelligence if I had to say it's not real.
Read what Coffee said. Japan plans to eventually acquire a total of 105 Lockheed Martin. Oh, Lordy.
Yeah, that's exactly the plane that went down.
Yeah.
So.
I think we're on the verge of something big.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It makes sense for China or North Korea because they have an amazing cyber warfare ability. I mean, they take these kids, they're basically like groomed for it, and from when they're very young, they're taught, how to do all this cyber war game stuff. And while we're great at it too, but it's really our equipment. As far as personnel, we have great personnel, but we also have freedoms. The guys who are doing it for us, they went to prom. They had a life. These kids, they just, nothing but that, and that's just the way it is over there. So
Has
they're pretty
anybody
good at
watched
it.
that movie yet? Aquaman.
No.
I just rented that last night, and if
So
you
how
watch
many
the
stars
very
did
beginning
Jerry
of
Love give it?
Huh?
How many stars out of 5 did Jerry Love give Aquaman?
I would say 5.
5 out of 5,
Because,
really?
yeah, it kind of tells you what took that world down to begin with was technology.
Huh. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
They put that in there, and I was like, wow. They just kind of told you the whole biblical reason why the Heavenly Father took them out.
And that supposedly is what happened with the Tower of Babel and all that. They were supposed to have all this technology back then too.
And somebody also wants me to watch that Oz.
Oz?
Oz. It's in theaters right now, U.S. Oz. It's also.
Yeah. By the guy from Key and Peele.
Yeah.
I'm dying to see that because.
Yeah, me too.
After seeing the first movie that movie, I think that was the best movie in the past 5 years. I haven't seen a movie that blew me away like that in the past 5 years. I love twists and, just like a cool plot line. I mean, it had it all. That movie was great. What was the name of it again? Get Out. Oh, wait. Uh-oh. All right. I lost you, Jerry. I gotta plug this back in. Shit. Alright, guys, just give me 1 second here. Damn it, those chance. Man. Hold on, I should have found a charger. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's the charger. Oh, shit. Damn, everything's going off the rails right now. Okay, if you guys just give me 2 minutes, I gotta plug in the phone. Please. Sorry. Not going anywhere, I'm right here. Just gotta find a charger. All the chargers. And the phone is charging, and like I said yesterday, it's one of those wireless, fast chargers, so it charges extremely fast. So that'll be no time. So there was one thing that I wanted to look into. Well, let me check the chat. I haven't been interacting with chat much lately. Wow, chat's moving pretty fast. Let's see. I make snacks for the kids. Back is every time. It's true. I know, Jerry Love. I will. Let's see. I want to see. Yeah, I want to see that. Yeah, after Get Out is what I was saying before we got disconnected, Jerry. Yeah, Get Out was that was like the best movie in the past 5 years to me. Another over 3 hours again with 15 people tonight. No, I see more than that. I see a lot more than that. Not 15. It's like 33. But it ends up getting, a few hundred views. And besides, who cares? Her fourth music video, they nailed her. Aliens blew her channel up. Why did she do that, Phoebe? If I'm Phoebe. I'm so Phoebe. Phoebe. Oh, Miss Wilcox. That's right. I of course I know who you are. Anime. Did you catch what I saw as far as the EL in Hebrew? What that means? If you guys ever watch Jonathan Kleck. 33 watching and 33 thumbs up. Yeah, that's amazing. That's when you know you got a good crowd. And I don't know if I got any new subscribers, but I recognize a lot of you, so I assume you guys are all subscribed. But I'm getting up there. Once you hit 1,000, it unlocks all kinds of like extra things you can do. So that'll be cool once that happens. I think Ella is done. She said she's getting off YouTube. Preparing for her family. I wonder if she's familiar that in Hebrew her name is very close to, not just God, but Lord God, the Creator God. Sometimes people get the translations mixed up, like I can't even think of the name. What they call it? There's another name, and people get it mixed up. They're not actually talking about the Creator God. They're talking about angels, gods, and magistrates. Could be a fallen angel. Alright, so I assume. Actually, I was gonna say CJ Blaze isn't calling in, but the phone was dead. So let me check it. Alright, it's at 4%. I'd rather charge more than that. Sorry you guys just looking at this data here, but I never have this. It's the only way that I can see the chat, so that's why I have it up. But to go back to this, so because I seem to, I mean, this I was kind of answering most of his questions here. All right. So the 5i we talked about, what U.S. that we know that it was the UK. How do you circumvent U.S. law? Okay. Who signed apps 1 through 4? Well, I know that one of them were, and by apps he means the application for the FISA warrant. And I think it's Adam Schmidt. I think he's the one that signed them all. He's dirty as hell. I mean, and he came out, if you remember, it was like 2 days after it all. And not to get all political, because I kind of like to. I know that Marf said it's kind of I don't know, like the thing to do nowadays. But I've always been like that. I've never been just one party or the other. I used to be a lot more liberal, but life kind of teaches you a few things. And, I'm, like in the center somewhere. With Trump, I lean towards a lot of him, but he's not exactly conservative. That's the thing. He's a populist. But anyways, yeah, so that must have been Adam's shift that applications 1 through 4. Who traveled to UK, Australia post-election of POTUS. Might have been Kerry. I'm not sure. Who were security private move from select formerly active individuals. Treason, sedition, corruption at the highest levels of government worldwide. How do you repair a bridge without closing it down? So how do you repair a bridge without closing it down? One side at a time. I don't know, maybe that was more obvious than I realized. Alright, sometimes reading between the lines provides. Huber, now he's huge in all this, says every one of the prosecutors is already handling about 20 cases. They range from domestic terrorism to court-authorized wiretaps of criminal organizations to child pedophiles and those who would exploit our children, criminal aliens, big fraud schemes. Rep. David Nunes has until March 15th to. Well, that's past. Wait, that's old. Oh, yeah. So is it like an update on it? Read the comments. Those still asleep buying the narrow scope new narrative shift. If the scope memo was never unclassified, how do T's make the statement? U.S. House panel opens obstruction probe against Trump. It's like unbelievable. No matter what. It was all. That's what it always was. Oh yeah, well, wait until Mueller comes out for you to say anything without, nobody knows what Mueller knows right now. So for you to act like he didn't do anything without seeing that, that's just ignorance. That's all I heard. And now nothing. And now it's, that was nothing. He's nobody. He couldn't do anything anyways. He was just given a recommendation. All this BS. Dozens of sealed criminal indictments on the D.C. docket. Are they from Mueller? Very possible. Although I thought he said no more arrests, but I don't know, maybe they would lie in order to keep it secret. At what stage in the game do you play the Trump card? Alright. Senator Mark Warner tells Cuck Todd that lawmakers have found enormous evidence of possible collusion between President Trump's orbit and Russians during that election. Yeah. What happened to all that? Maxine Waters' corruption exposed. President Trump takes bold step to transition veterans into U.S. Merchant Marine March 4th. Oh, wow. CT National Guard to deploy. Connecticut National Guard to deploy 120 to Guantanamo Bay. Hussein gave the order to stop the spy campaign. It was logged officially 2 times. One time domestic, one time foreign. FISA judge, White House meeting. White House visit logs are important. Hussein library, classified document, move, attempt to shelter, protect. Who has authorization to obtain? The more you know. So just a lot of tidbits, a little information here. Some of it's outdated. That's what I don't like. But that's because we're at the beginning. You know, it's a thread. So it's just once you get to the end of the thread, yeah, you're up to date, but you've missed out on some of the best information. Ah, I like that right there. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that image. It says, well, the top says they're not really after me. They're after you. I'm just in the way. And the reason why they say they push memes is because algorithms, for some reason, have trouble with the memes. So you know what I'm saying, what you write to somebody, all that, no problem. But the memes, it has trouble recognizing the memes, and I don't know what it is about it, but I know that memes are very effective, and it's a way around an algorithm. Um, they were right. Q is real. So I guess there's really a lot coming out. I've been expecting this for 3 days now. So see these guys. You can tell that they've been at it a while. This is going too fast for me. I think we should slow the process down a little. Also, how crazy it is the deep state is going down in thread 17. Stop that, Q. It's blurring my reality compartments. Wow. So, okay, I see. So this is when all that dropped. With Joe Biden. You guys see all the stuff about him? Even SNL was doing you know how creepy he is, and oh my god. Some of this stuff's funny. All right, so if you guys just getting here, we went over some serious stuff earlier. Now I'm turning the phone back on. Give me a sec here. It's over here in the chat. Oh no, it is on. The phone is on. So, Jerry, if you wanted to call back, just say goodbye and wrap it up. That's fine. And that goes for everybody. If you guys want to call in, let me just get this phone. Alright, so the phone's on. Now, so I want to see if there is anything new at Q. Because, you know, I never gave up on Q, but I got to a point where I'm like, this is AI. It has to be. And I just don't understand why he said not to plan for 6 months. You know, the Department of Homeland Security at the time was saying, have yourself 6 months of food and supplies. And he didn't. And he's still Doc. He's been Doc for a while now. The last thing he said is threat to controlled narrative. Other than POTUS, can you name a group more attacked than Q? No, by the fake news media. Multiple tactics deployed, including framing for crimes, think bridge, mob boss. We just read something about How do you repair a bridge? Desperation, reconcile using logic, think for yourself, dividers will fail. So that was his last post. I heard something on the phone. I'm checking my phone here. Okay, so I'm assuming that Mouth's gonna be coming on soon. I don't know what you guys want me to do. Right now there's no callers. I went over the topic pretty thoroughly with the F35s, the different types, how, this hurts us because we're selling a lot of these. And of course, they're dropping off radars and disappearing, despite being with 3 other F-35As. Something stinks. So I just don't know if I should just shut it down, or if you guys are in chat kind of having a good time, I could always leave that. Because if nobody's gonna call in, I got out the information I wanted to. I just thought that was very important because, I've called into MAF about this. I'm concerned about them hacking into our technology, our planes, ships, things like that. And that's what I think happened here. At the very least, like but these things have systems on them to prevent this stuff. I mean, the best systems. So, they could have tried to jam the signal, do all kinds of stuff. I just don't think that's just too old of a tactic. It had to have been something brand new that no one thought of. Or this one happened to be built in Japan. Most are built in America. So who knows? Maybe there was some kind of sabotage. There's a lot of questions, more questions than answers, and it just doesn't pass the smell test to me. So I just want to make sure I got that information out. Sean is on? Okay. So I'm going to end the chat. I just want to say thank you to everybody. If anybody's not subscribed, please subscribe. I'm trying to reach the 1,000 mark. That'll make everything different. Once I can actually promote and be recognized in the algorithm. Because for now, I don't even know if the likes help. But then again, I do get new people. So I'm just curious if the new people found me, just because of the topic. They were looking for that topic. I mean, I doubt that's it. So I'm always curious how the new people find me. So, feel free in the comments section, if you're someone new who found me, not through math, how did you find me? And Cowgirl, do you think Kleck is a shill? I used to, literally, forever listening to him at the beginning. I thought that he was a confused man, that with a lot of problems. I saw that there was videos of him from 15 years ago jumping out of planes with fangs or something. There was another one with him with the bill. They got the FBI to his house. But I'm telling you, some of the information he's been putting out lately, it's interesting stuff, and it's I mean, the way that he is interpreting the Bible through the actual words in the Bible, but through translation and kind of where they might have went wrong in translation. Some of it is blowing my mind. So, like I said, I'm open to everything, and I do watch his videos. But I'm a skeptic of everything. There's nothing that I'm 100% there's nothing or nobody that I am 100%, can vouch for. I mean, I've met Richie in Boston. I can come pretty close to vouch for him. Anthony Patch, I can come pretty close. Marf has put me on. I can come pretty close with him. But, you can't say 100% unless you really know them. All right, guys, unless there's anything else. Oh, yeah, Purple Gal, you East Coast, Massachusetts? Me too. I don't care. Framingham. And I know that there was somebody before from Framingham, and she left a comment, and I meant to write back to her. I wonder if that was you. I'm not sure. All right, so it looks like things are dying down here. So, all right, guys. Key Denim. So, yes. Please, whatever it takes. I honestly, my accent's so strong that in Boston on the radio, that's like what I do for a living. On the radio, when I used to, when I was like new, when I used to come on, people would like be like, "What?" and they'd be like laughing. Even here in Boston, like people have changed. There's a lot of yuppies. It's not like it used to be. It's not like the movies you see anymore. There's only certain neighborhoods, and the rent's so high they kind of push those people out. And so you'll find us scattered around the true townies with the thick accents. But yeah, it's not like a Hello?
Hello.
Jerry?
Yes.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Good.
I know that you.
Sorry we got disconnected before.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah,
I figured your phone died or something.
Yeah. No, the phone died, but yeah, I can't wait to see that movie either.
But.
I was reading stuff. I saw someone say something about accents.
Yeah. Well,
And so, yeah, Adelba. Okay, yeah.
Where Marf show tonight?
Where Hernandez killed that guy. Will I be on Marf's show?
Yep.
Yeah, probably. If he doesn't talk about this, then yeah. I mean, mentioning it on his show would be a way bigger impact. I mean, I definitely got the word out. I got a good amount of views, but it's nothing compared to the views I would get on his show.
Yeah.
So, this is Jerry. Someone was saying, caller, question mark. This is Jerry.
I just want to call back and say good night. Love y'all.
Oh, thank you. Good night. And sweet dreams.
Have a good night, and I'll be
And I'm happy you're feeling better. And I'll see you guys all on Marf. I guess right now Sean is on. So, I don't want to not that I'm taken away with my little bit, but it's just I don't want to be rude. So,
she's over there doing ham radio stuff. So.
Oh, really? I love that stuff. I want to get my license because I can do Morse code. I can do all that, but I never had a need to do that. I would love to get my license.
I just got a ham radio. I need to
learn. Did you? Yeah. That's great. That's great that you got one. Is it actually work and everything and?
Yeah,
aren't they hard to find?
Drop sent me one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So Drop really does know the deal. It's just Marf didn't know what he was talking to.
Yeah, Drop sent me one a couple months ago, but I'm still at the.
Yeah, Drop in the future. I don't think you're here now, but I know you watch and you were here last night. Like last night, you was some great info, so I know you're legit. So next time, just be like, Marf, trust me, I know a lot. why don't you tell me what you want to know and see if I can answer your question? Kind of challenge them, you know? I don't know. That's how I would do that.
A different way or something.
Yeah. If you, or yeah, it might be best not to go that route. Just start like spitting facts, you know, like just start hitting them with things, and once he realizes, you know what you're talking about, then you can start saying, "Ask me what you want to ask me." Otherwise, I think you're gonna get that reaction from him every time.
Okay, CJ Blaze, you need to call in tomorrow night.
Yeah, CJ, yeah, tomorrow. But I don't want CJ just to not come though. But yeah. Anyways, so all right, guys, I'll let you guys get to. I know you guys want to get to Shauna instead of listening to me.
There.
And then if Relevant Truth is on, I know Relevant Truth has been stopping by. Check out her channel. I went back and watched. She did her first live stream, the last video. Great. She's a natural at the live streaming. Because, there's so many things come at you at once. You got to deal with chat. You got, you have a plan, but it always goes off the rails. You got to be quick on your feet. And she did a great job. So I would check out Relevant Truth as well. So I'll see you guys all at Marfoogle for sure. Hopefully he's on tonight. I mean, I don't know why he wasn't last night. But God bless.
Last night was supposed to be his.
Yeah, that's why I'm confused. Yeah.
Just regular news show, but he didn't even do that.
Oh, yeah, it's just regular news on Monday. I always forget that. Yeah. Well, I think, I think people like hearing the calls too, though.
Yeah, I think we got CJ gonna call in tomorrow.
Yeah. All right, fellas. So God bless. I appreciate everything. Jerry, special thank you for calling in.
God bless. Love y'all.
Being my flotation device when I'm starting to sink. All right, guys. All right, so take care. And God bless.